Hi guys, I have a 1981 Kawasaki KZ750 E2, and I lost spark in half the engine, and I was trying to figure out why. I've had the ignition coils go out on this bike before, but I checked the ignition coils by moving one of them to the other side, the side that was working, and it still worked. So since there's two ignition coils here and here, you can swap them, and if they work, if like say this side's working and then you move this one over here and it's still working, that means that it's not the ignition coil, because that ignition coil wouldn't work otherwise over here. So after that I was like, okay, well maybe it's my IC igniter, which is this thing. It basically picks up the pulses from the crankshaft and then tells the ignition coils to draw power for a spark. You can see it's got a bunch of shit on it from being bathed in sulfuric acid from the battery. But I opened up my shop manual, and it's a little harder to test the IC igniter than it is the pickup coils. So with a multimeter, I just sent it to 1,000 ohms resistance and measured. So these wires, these are the pickups, and these wires go over here, and this is the connector. So basically, if you measure between the two wires of each pickup coil, you should get a reading of about 450 ohms. So measure between here and here, or here and here. And I was not getting 450 ohms. Oh, I was between these two, but not these two. And so I had infinite resistance on here. So the wire's broken, I'm pretty sure. This is my dad's bike, and he crashed it and ripped out a bunch of stuff here. So the wires are pretty messed up, and it was dangling for a while I was working on it. Hit it a couple times. So to double check that was the issue and that it was not the IC igniter, I did run the IC igniter test, and basically you hook this all up and you turn the ignition on, and then you actually just stick a screwdriver and you just touch that piece of metal on the pickups. And if when you do that and you have a spark plug grounded, the spark plug should spark. So I was getting spark on this one when I did that, but not this one. So I know that this one, the wiring's bad. I'm cheap, and I've put too much money in this bike already, and I just want to run. And that part is actually kind of expensive, so I'm actually just going to buy a pickup from a different vehicle. Actually, I think it's for an ATV, but I got a 500 ohm pickup coil, and it has different mounts, but I'm going to try and modify it and mount it in there. I've got quite a bit of space to play with, so I'm going to give that a try. It's $9 instead of getting a used part for this specific part for $90. So $9. If it doesn't work, oh well. $90. It's kind of a different story. So yeah, there you have it. If you're not having any spark, there's really only three things that can be wrong. Well, I guess four, but basically your pickups can be bad, your IC igniter can be bad, your ignition coils can be bad, or your spark plugs or wires or whatever, or wiring in between. But I think, well, this bike's been pretty rough, so I actually did go through and try and check most of the wiring. But yeah, so I gotta get some igniter pickups. So yeah, any other questions, leave a comment in the comment section. And I know way too much about this bike, spent way too much time on it, so but yeah, all right, thanks for watching. Bye.